trying to get a handle on exactly how good the play is in the WNBA. And a question that has been asked and debated between Ronnie and I since Caitlin Clark came on the scene. How would the best players in the WNBA fare if they played against men? And how would males fare if they got a chance to play in the WNBA? And on this day, we've got some actual NBA players tackling the topic, which is something that we haven't heard very often. But Michael Porter Jr. of the Brooklyn Nets, a guy who just won a championship in Denver not long ago, and Lonzo Ball sat down to converse with each other upon what point in their development as basketball players that they believe they could have excelled in the WNBA. And the conversation went a little something like this.
I mean this as respectfully as possible, but 9th grade Lonzo Ball in the WNBA is going crazy. Like in 9th grade, I'm over 6 feet and I'm dunking. Like I'm coming through like no girl in the WNBA is doing that. I'm going back door, throw it up. Like I'm looking like Jordan out there.
I'm gonna go probably 8th grade because look, bro, I have real experience doing this because I played. My sisters went to University of Missouri and I was still a young dude, and they had me playing like on the scout team, and they had a few WNBA players on the team like Sophie Cunningham and a couple others, and I think I was like in the 7th or 8th grade going dumb.
Michael Porter Jr. saying that playing against University of Missouri players on the scout team when he was in junior high school, he was out there going dumb on Sophie Cunningham and some other players that he said eventually landed in the WNBA. And let me now welcome into the program senior, how good is the quality of play in the WNBA correspondent. He is, of course, the international streaming star who joins me from Nashville, Tennessee, Ronnie T-Shirts. Ronnie, this is the first time I think that we have really heard NBA players take on the subject that has been near and dear to our heart for a while. Patrick Beverley saying what really sort of got this going is Patrick Beverley intimated that the best players in the WNBA might be able to be at the end of the bench in the NBA. Which has prompted a response here. And you and I, let's go back. When Caitlin Clark became a phenomenon, I'm going to check myself, Ron, because I have integrity. All right. Yep. I check other people on the show, and I know if I don't check myself, you're going to take delight in checking me.
Absolutely.
But I got caught up in Caitlin Clark mania, and I was saying that she could go down to like a lower tier college. This is when she was at Iowa.
Yep.
I was saying that she could go to let's
lower
say
D1.
a bad lower D1. Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't off my meds completely. I said if she went to lower D1, there could be a role for her where she could average 10 or 12 a game playing at that level.
And
I would now, after having
I wanted to fight you.
watched her for a couple of years and seeing where we are now, after having seen her in the WNBA, I take it back. I don't believe that that is the case. And I don't believe that there is a single player in the WNBA that could sit at the end of the bench in the NBA. I don't even think that you could become remotely close to that. I don't think there's a single player in the WNBA that could go down to a Division I program. I mean, maybe Asia Wilson could go somewhere and average 6 or 7 points if she played for Bethune-Cookman or whatever.
Dude, no chance she could average 6 or 7 points. No freaking chance.
You're saying all the way down at the bottom of the fucking barrel. Some team
How
that's
tall
like
is Asia
9
Wilson?
and 23.
How tall is Asia Wilson? She's what, 6'3"?
She's not tall enough to
Ricky.
get down and mix it up in the paint.
Ricky. In Division I, there are guards that are 6'3". They can jump out of the building. They weigh 210 pounds. They're fast. They're so fast. There's no way she could average 6 or 7 points. There's no freaking chance, Ricky. This is a fun conversation to have, but it's a dumb conversation to have, with Porter and Ball. There's just no chance. The women should compare themselves against the women, and they are the best female basketball players in the country. That's okay. That's awesome. And that's who they should compare themselves against. But if you remember one of the arguments that you and I used to have when you were going, Caitlin Clark, and I'm like, oh my God, Ricky, there's no way. Caitlin Clark is the same height as Allen Iverson. Think about that. Think about that. She's tall for a woman. She's an undersized guard for D1 basketball for men.
Okay, look. My argument at the time was that Caitlin Clark was such an extraordinary long-range shooter, who's going out to 30 feet or more, dropping threes from the logo. My argument is that she could be like somebody's Kyle Korver.
Nah, she wouldn't be able to create space. She wouldn't be able to get if somebody decided I'm going to D her up, she would never get a shot off. She would get her shot blocked every single time, or she wouldn't take the shot. What's really funny about this thing with Porter, so when I was 13 years old, and it was at the beginning of my basketball career, I didn't really start playing basketball till I was sixth grade. Maybe I started in seventh, organized. And there was a girl in my neighborhood. She was an All-American at the University of Missouri. Now, girls basketball, women's basketball in 1980, 81, nowhere close to what it is today.
Great.
No, but it's nowhere.
So great.
Dude, I used to beat her. We used to play one-on-one, and I used to beat her. There's just... It's a silly comparison. It's as silly as saying, oh, that, these girls that win the Olympics in the 100-meter, they wouldn't even be in the top 150 of high school boys who have finished around the country. It's just a silly argument, and we should be comparing them against themselves and celebrate, hey, you guys are the best female basketball players, and that's pretty awesome. But that's where it ends. Asia Wilson couldn't score in the NBA, Ricky. She couldn't even score if the other team decided they didn't want her to score.
Not in the NBA. Not in the NBA, no. The worst player in the Bronny
even
James,
in D1 she couldn't. Even in D1 she couldn't.
Put on a wig.
Yeah, even in D1 she couldn't.
Bronny James would average 60. In the WNBA, right? It feels mean, but the conversation started because some people got carried away. I got a little carried away. Patrick Beverly, I don't know what he smoked.
I think he was drunk. I think he was
that
drunk
I smoked
and just
good stuff.
Yeah, he was drunk and he just
should
wanted
know better
his
than
name
anybody.
Out there. He just wanted his name out there, and it worked. It worked. It was a silly comment. It's an absolute silly comment. Don't you remember Brian Scalabrine used to talk about, you guys have no idea how good NBA players are. He would admit, he goes, I'm a nothing NBA player, and there's not a regular person alive, even if they play basketball all the time, that could score a point on me if we played a one-on-one, right? It's just
he's closer to LeBron than you are to him.
Oh, it's not. It's yes. Not even close. Yeah, it's not even close. Yeah, but it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, speaking of basketball and silliness, Nico Harrison, disgraced, now former Dallas Mavericks general manager, the guy who traded Luka to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. There were more people involved, but that's basically what it amounts to. When that trade happened, Ron, do you remember you texted me and you said,
didn't think it was real? I said, is it real? Yeah.
We didn't think it was real. The trade was so bad, it was like the equivalent of the trade that somebody that doesn't need to be in the fantasy football league Have you ever been in a fantasy football league and somebody just makes a trade and you're just like, no, Aunt Becky, you shouldn't have done that because that's not a good trade.
Right.
Well, Nico Harrison obviously got pilloried for trading the franchise, the guy who had just taken them to the NBA Finals, to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, a guy who's on the wrong side of 30 and whatever. The rest of the trade doesn't even really matter that much. Yeah, starting to break down. And so Nico Harrison is talking about the end of his tenure in Dallas now, and ESPN reporting that Nico thinks that Mark Cuban perhaps is the real villain here, and that it began to unravel in Dallas when they allowed Jalen Brunson to leave for New York via free agency, and they traded for Christian Wood, who Jason Kidd reportedly didn't want on the roster and was upset that they acquired. Does this in any way change your opinion of Nico Harrison, Ron?
It does. It makes me think he's more pathetic. Really? This is Cuban's fault because of something that happened before. Come on. Come on, Nico.
And for that reason, I'm out, Nico, on your logic. Look, I'm not going to sit here and defend Mark Cuban because enough stupid things have come out of his mouth in recent years.
Absolutely.
But you're the guy, Nico, who traded Luka. You're the one who did that. That's the one that mattered. Yeah, it's unfortunate that you lost Jalen Brunson. And if that was Mark Cuban's fault, then Mark Cuban can take the blame for that. But the real problem here is that you let one of the sexiest properties in the entire league go to the Lakers for what was universally regarded is nowhere near his value. And so looking around and pointing the finger at the Shark Tank, I don't think is going to wash with any of us, Ronnie. Is there anything you have to add?
It just
to
makes
this
me
other
think.
than
Well,
he's
it makes
just
me
looking for an out.
It just makes me think about like when I'm on a diet and I've been pretty good, and then like maybe there's a lunch and I'm like I break down and I have some pizza, right? And that pizza in itself, it's not going to blow my diet, but I just in my own mind I go, I had pizza, fuck it. Now I'm going to eat a bag of Doritos. I'm going to have some ice cream.
Yeah.
And I blame the
first
lunch.
Domino that's the problem.
Yeah, it's like settle down, Nico. Like that.
Well,
one had nothing to do with the other. Like, well,
once we lost Jalen Brunson, I just figured, fuck it. Let's get out of it. All right. Speaking of bad decisions, here is a little tweet that not only got a lot of attention over on X at Super 70 Sports, but prompted some pretty passionate dialogue here internally among the show staff. I tweeted simply, name a band that you don't like. And as I normally do when I ask one of these questions, it plays a little better when I get the ball rolling by tossing a name out there. And so I did. I said, I'll start with Train. Because fuck Train was my opinion there. And what we learned internally is that young Jared, the 23-year-old
wanted to fight
PA,
you,
sends me a text and says, what's wrong with Train? And Jared being as young as he, because Train, weren't they like popular 25 years ago? What was their peak, Ron? When were they on the radio all the time?
I think
late 90s, early 2000s?
I was going to say somewhere hugging the 2000, the turn of the century.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So Jared says this, and I'm thinking at first that Jared is just asking me because he's young. So he's like, what's wrong with Train? And so I responded kind of glibly in retrospect. I said, their songs, I believe was my response, to which I received a response from Jared that just simply said, no. And I realized at that point that he was in fact familiar with Train. and he was going to take the other side of that equation. And then, Ron, you come in and you agree with him.
I like Train.
And I responded by saying, okay, Puddle of Mud guy agrees with Jared. I'm not sure if that's the endorsement that you want.
I sent Jared over a Puddle of Mud album and asked him to listen to it. I don't know if he's listened to it yet. It'll be interesting to see what he thinks of Puddle of Mud. But yeah.
Okay. Tim is reminding me. He didn't just say, what is wrong with Train? Jared said, what the fuck is wrong with Train? I want to quote him accurately. Thank you.
I told you he wanted to fight you.
So
he wanted to fight you.
He was ready to fight me. He really likes Drops of Jupiter, as it turns out. And
so do I. I like that song too. If he was going to have to roll
up his sleeves and fight an old man to preserve the integrity of this band, he may have been prepared to do that. And then you show up with your terrible musical taste, you hardy listening motherfucker. You fucking Puddle of Mud. I'll drive to another state to see Puddle of Mud. And here you come. And suddenly we're having internal dissension. The only thing that temporarily won the young man's favor back was when he realized that I at least know what Super Mario Kart is. You disgusted him even more than I disgusted him that day. Nerd. That was my only out.
Nerd.
You're both wrong.
What?
We're both wrong, Jared says.
Straighten this out.
You for your lack of video game knowledge and me for not liking Train. But he didn't know the song Meet Virginia either, so I did him a solid. I said, Meet Virginia. He's like, what's that? I'm like, it's a Train song. He listened to it. He said, that's a banger. So there you have it. So Train, who knew that Train was going to be the fucking Yoko Ono that broke up the band here? That is the Ricky Cobb show family.
Can I tell you some bands and some singers that I don't like?
Yes, God's sake, please.
So I cannot stand the Mumbler. Probably one of the worst musicians of all time. Absolutely horrid. Bob Dylan. Blech.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't. Oh, fuck you.
Go
to hell.
Do
go
not
to hell
like
right now. You're like a brother to me, and I just I can't abide it.
Journey. I don't like Journey. It's one of Lori's favorite bands.
Oh
Journey,
my God.
Journey annoys me to no end. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, absolutely like cats fighting in the alley.
One of the worst concerts I ever attended. Bruce Springsteen at Wrigley Field. I would have gnawed my arm off. 15 fucking songs before he played anything. Oh my God. Well, now you're making me choose between giving my real opinion and honoring the musical preferences of my sweet girlfriend. Partition is a good song. Listen to Partition by Beyonce. I agree with you. Mostly it's not my cup of tea. But there's a difference between somebody sucking and just not being your preference.
Correct.
Like, I don't think Bruce Springsteen sucks.
Oh, I do. Much as I legitimately think he sucks.
It's not for me.
I don't think Journey sucks.
He annoys me as a person.
Oh, gosh.
But some of his music's good.
No, I don't think that
nothing,
Journey.
Glory Days does nothing for you?
No, it's awful. I don't think that Journey.
He had a friend
sucks.
who was a baseball player in high school, Ron.
Yeah, whatever.
He could throw the speedball by you.
Yeah.
Make you look like a fool, I am informed.
I don't believe that Journey sucks, but I just find them so insanely annoying. I just cannot stand listening to Journey. And
Journey's great.
I will never understand why you and your ilk, what you see in Bob Dylan, he mumbles.
Well, he's the greatest living American songwriter. Changed music. You need to see A Complete Unknown with Timothée Chalamet.
I started watching it, and
you should watch that movie.
I started watching it. It was just too slow.
Oh, it's so good. So good. I've seen it 3 times. Yeah. Twice in the theater.
Yeah.
I didn't even think I was going to like it.
So other than Train, who do you think sucks? Who do you think sucks other than Train?
Maroon 5. I hate
Maroon 5. Don't stop this roll. Oh. Yeah, we need to fight that guy right there. Tears for Fears?
Yeah, yeah, right. Okay, see?
We'll fight that guy.
We can gang up on
AZ.
On Ray here.
AZ something. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't you call them that.
Oh,
Not
I
that
love
there's
that you
anything
said,
wrong
don't
with
make me
that,
block you.
but don't you call them
That's
that. It's the way you spelled it. They're amazing. Tears for Fears. Underrated is what they are.
Oh yeah. So who else do you
Creed
not like?
gets on my nerves. I don't like Creed.
I like With Arms Wide Open.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a fan of Creed. Not a fan of Maroon 5. There's
Do you
a
like
couple
Nickelback?
right out of
Do you
the
like
gate.
Nickelback? Because everybody's supposed to hate Nickelback, and
No.
I don't understand why people hate Nickelback.
No, I don't like Nickelback. You and I like the bands that you and Jared were tossing back and forth, like Three Doors Down and all of that stuff. It's
So that's just a genre. So there's a genre that you don't like.
Classic.
Yeah, there's a genre you don't like, and which was I like.
Yeah.
I don't like classic rock.
Yeah.
Like I don't like classic rock.
It's called shitty music. Is the genre that I don't. What is that genre though? What is what genre?
Alternative rock.
Genre is
alternative rock.
Is that it? Alternative.
Alternative rock,
like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yep.
Goo Goo Dolls was a name that came up. I think it was Jared who said he likes
and
the
the
Goo Goo
drummer,
Dolls.
the first drummer that was with him forever lived like our driveways basically ran into each other here in my neighborhood. So,
did you ever, have a chance to talk to him about life and shit?
Yeah. He's
Did you know the guy?
Oh yeah. He was a nice guy. His he had some issues with the band, and they kind of parted ways, and there were some legal battles, and he made it pretty known that if you liked the Goo Goo Dolls or ever went to one of their concerts, then he couldn't be your friend, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, well, can we get like a little roll here of like a few more of the ones that people said they didn't like? The Super 70s Nation weighing in on this.
I agree. You too. I don't like you too.
I don't like you. I like a lot. See, there's for U2, Springsteen, I wouldn't call myself a U2 fan. I wouldn't call myself a Springsteen fan, but they have produced such an immense amount of music and famous music that I'd be lying to you if I said there aren't songs. I like U2 better than Springsteen. There's a number of U2 songs I like. I could probably name close to a dozen, but I still don't consider myself really a U2 fan. Going through Green Day.
I like Green Day.
Back in the 90s.
I like Green Day. I saw Green Day in concert. Actually, it's Tyler's first concert.
Does it if people bother you personally?
Dude, I was just going to say that. I was just going to say, hand up. I am absolutely guilty of letting how I think about the words that come out of their mouth when they're not singing affect what I think about them as a band. Like, I'm absolutely guilty of that. And so, it's probably why I hate Springsteen so much. There's no reason that Journey doesn't fall into that category. They just annoy me. Same with Bob Dylan. Green Day, it does bug me. It does bug me.
Hey, what's wrong with Bob Dylan? Brownie t-shirts, man.
I hate the Dave Matthews Band. Oh, I hate the Dave Matthews Band.
Yes.
Somebody just put them up.
I'm sorry. I'm glad we got this in. Let's empty the bucket.
God,
here.
Dave
Awful. Matthews Band. Oh my God.
They're awful.
But I still like 3 or 4 of his songs. A broken clock is right twice a day.
Do you like how he doesn't wear shoes on
would
stage?
You say?
Does that little thing with his bare feet? Ugh, he's awful. Ugh.
Yeah, no. I'm still not over the fact that they dump shit in the river up here in Chicago onto a bunch of people on a boat. But they dumped shit on the radio on all of us for many years. This episode today is brought to you by Prize Picks, my friends. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is fun. It's simple to play. Millions are enjoying it. It's the perfect forum for you to take your sports knowledge and capitalize on it in a way that will increase your personal capital. I have done so with some good effect. this year. And so to encourage you to join me and others who already know what's up, if you use my code Ricky and play a $5 lineup, you are going to receive $50 in lineups. That's right. It is that simple. Use my code Ricky, play one $5 lineup. What do you have to lose? $5. You're going to get $50 to go out and profit with your correctness, because at Prize Picks, it's good to be right. And I love to be right. The only thing better than being right is being right and watching your bank account get fatter, Ronnie. If you're ready to make a little money this weekend, I can help you with that, potentially. Here are my picks. I'm going more on 1.5 extra points made by Kaimi Fairburn, and I'm going to go less. 94.5 receiving yards is a lot of receiving yards. Jackson Smith in Jigba is certainly a very great wide receiver, but I'm going to take less there, and I recommend that you do as well, and don't spend all the money that you make in one place, from my financial advice. Take a look at this tush push. You think the Philadelphia Eagles can do a tush push? Look at the leverage created here by a group of mascots, Ronnie.
We got a mascot tush push.
You get a
in
look
Minneapolis.
at it.
I think Grimace might have been.
You got Grimace out there. False start on Grimace, perhaps. He may have jumped. The officials struggling to call it. However, they get in there successfully and put 6 on the board against a group of overmatched children, Ron. Is there anything more fun than watching mascots dominate kids? Well, let's run it back. Was Chuck E. Cheese in there? Did I miss Chuck E. Cheese?
Look at this right there. Right over the left.
Can we freeze it?
Nah, it was back.
Is that Chuck E. Cheese in the back? I don't.
It's behind the horn on the. I think it's behind.
We're going over this like
right
the
there.
fucking Zapruder film.
Look at him right there.
That's not Chuck E. Cheese.
Who is it?
No, you got me. I don't fucking know.
Well, because I saw they had the Minnesota Golden Gopher. They had the Vikings guy. So I just figured they were just grabbing any mascot that they could find that was in the area.
Well, this would have been a good opportunity to have given Mayor McCheese a snap.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, Ron. Why doesn't he ever get any run anymore? He's been on the practice squad for a long time here. Here's one for you. You know, I conducted an interview this week with WWE legend Bully Ray. That's going to be going up tomorrow. But take a look at this. Not the only wrestling that we have on the program this week, because Aaron Judge, some are saying that he looks a little bit like a certain legend of sports entertainment. Looking a little bit like 1990s Dwayne Johnson here, Ron, with the turtleneck chain combo there. 2025 American League MVP. If you can smell what the judge is cooking.
Did you ever do the turtleneck chain combo?
I did in high school. I'm ashamed to admit it.
Yep, I was going to say I
wore my senior key.
Yeah, like 80.
Yeah,
86.
I had the turtleneck.
Somewhere around 86, something like that. Yeah.
This was 89 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was right there with him. Now I don't know what Aaron Judge's excuse is. We'll give The Rock a pass.
Well, to be fair, Aaron doesn't have a turtleneck.
Well, bring it back up. I thought it was a
turtleneck. No, it's not a turtleneck.
Well,
it might be a mock turtleneck, but it's certainly not a full turtleneck.
Well, it's at least a mock turtleneck.
Well, it's different. It's a little bit different.
Got a dog in his lap. He's got a dog behind him. Is
that Tucker?
A lot of dogs.
Wait, is that Tucker?
Cal Raleigh, who finished second in AL MVP balloting. Tucker would have been with him.
That's true.
Ron, on that day as they awaited the news. But we're not going to make you wait for this, because I've got what America wants and I'm about to give it to them, because it's time for America's Poll of the Day. And let's go to it now at Super 70 Sports On. X, where the eagle flies high. Higher than I was when I said that Caitlin Clark could score 10 points a game for a shitty Division I school. And here are the options that are before us today, Ronnie. We will begin with the assistant to the regional manager. Of course, I speak of Dunder Mifflin's own Dwight Schrute. Second today, we have Milky Way bars. Sometimes you just want a Milky Way bar. Once in a while, I like to grab one, probably about, I don't know. I'll have maybe 2 Milky Way bars a year, Ron, but I always enjoy them. Next, we have Morrissey's outstanding 1980s band, The Smiths. And last but not least, fishing, which is something that my grandfather loved to do, but I never really took to. Break it down for me, Ronnie, as only you can.
So that character, Dwight Schrute, was, just fantastic. Like, how could you not like him? It was just, he was that same person in every show. And it's just that, I don't even know how to describe what he did.
First ballot sitcom Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
You just knew anytime he opened up his mouth, it was going to be funny. Milky Way bars. I got to be honest with you, Ricky. It's one of my favorites. It's just a good combination. I like the pull. You know how they talk about a cheese pull? I like the caramel pull when you take that bite out and it's that's good thick caramels in there. The Smiths, being fully transparent to our worldwide audience. I didn't know any Smith songs before the show. I asked you, what was the one I said, how are you now? Is that what you told me was the most famous?
How Soon Is Now?
How Soon Is Now? And so I listened to it real quick. So I listened to it real quick and I said, oh my God, of course I know that song. The first, fishing, I don't fish, so I'm not, I know people love to fish. I'm not going to crap on it, but I don't. But the first 15 seconds alone of that song by the Smiths, that makes me pick the Smiths, even though I originally thought it was Milky Way bars. But now after realizing that song, I'm going the Smith. That first 15 seconds.
The Smiths over Milky Way bars just for the first 15 seconds of How Soon Is Now.
Because that first 15 seconds sends me right back to 1985 at Mean Mr. Mustard's in Columbus, which was the punk bar on campus. And I can smell it. I can see it. It's just like, it's a powerful, powerful 15 seconds, Ricky. Like, it's like nothing else I've ever heard in any other song. And I know immediately when I hear that first bit, I'm like, this is the song.
Yeah, it's a genius song. I would arguably put it in my top 10 80 songs if I ever make the list, which maybe I will one day. Dwight Schrute is a great character. Rainn Wilson crushes it the entire run of the series. Michael Scott, Dwight, and Jim, those are the 3 characters that really made that show run, in my opinion. And the dynamic between John Krasinski and Rainn Wilson is fantastic. Kind of makes the show along with Steve Carell. Milky Way bars, like I love the movie This Is the End. Have you seen This Is the End?
And Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Yeah.
Craig Robinson. I love that movie. And of course, they're debating what they're going to do as the apocalypse happens and they have one Milky Way bar. And they're trying to decide how they're going to divide it up. And Craig Robinson's like, I'll be bummed if I don't at least get a bite of the Milky Way bar. So I can relate to that. The Smiths, look, I have come to like the Smiths more as time has gone on. That song is great, but a lot of Morrissey stuff is a little fruity. You know, it's like reading somebody's diary and you're hearing things just like, I'll go out tonight, but nobody loves me. And what will I ever do because women can't stand me and I'll die alone? And it's just like, okay, bro, like, I don't know if
I thought that was you in high school when you were undateable.
I should have liked the Smiths. He was singing about all the shit that I was experiencing.
I relate to this.
Maybe it hits too close to home. Maybe I relate to it a little too much. How can I ever do anything? My penis will never go inside anyone. It's just like, okay, bro, I got to turn it off because I'm living it. And then lastly, fishing. My grandfather loved fishing. He took me out. I caught a 5-pound bass when I was a kid, and my grandfather got it taxidermied for me. But catching it just meant that it was my pole that I had, just like, I mean, there's not a lot of skill in fishing. There is skill in fishing, but
you just pissed off some of them. You just pissed off some fishermen.
I know.
Pissed off
I'm
some
sorry.
fishermen.
All the Bill Dance fans are going to be writing in now. What are you fucking talking about? Fishing doesn't have skill. Do you have any idea how long it takes me to pick out the right lure when I go out? Okay, calm down. I just mean anybody can stick a line in the water and get lucky. You know what I'm saying? There's beginner's luck for fishing, is there not? You go to Harper's Ridgetop Lake down in Caveland where I'm from, and they have a fully stocked catfish pond. So there's that as well, Ron. So anyway, let's go to the results. I'm going to vote for the Smiths too. Fuck it. On the same basis of that song. And I've never even set foot inside Mean Mr. Mustard's. I've only been to Columbus, Ohio once, Ron.
I remember. You went to the Bogey Inn in Dublin. And the Smiths are in last place by a lot.
Jet taking off next to me here. I got to figure out, the new studio, Studio B is what my girlfriend tells me that I should call it. The B is for basement. I'm down in a basement at my new home, and what I discovered the other day is when the heat or the air conditioning kicks on. I don't know how loud this is right now, Tim. You can tell me, but it sounds like
I can hear
somebody just fired up a Boeing.
I can hear a little murmur
next to me. See, I got to remember to turn it off ahead of time. I turned it off earlier today, but I forgot before this show.
We're going to make that Jared's job. It's Jared's job to remind you. I'm adding something to his job description.
It's better than a fire alarm anyway, as far as I'm concerned. So, Ronnie, we were talking about Pop-Tarts yesterday on the program, and Pop-Tarts, they beat Sylvester Stallone, right? We're going to see Pop-Tarts on Championship Friday, and the Pop-Tarts Bowl has become extremely popular in recent years. And get a look at this, Ron. They're going to have 6 edible mascots. Take a look at that. 3 on Team Sprinkles and 3 on Team Swirls. And fans will get to vote on which mascot is going to be sacrificed to the gods at Mouth Heaven. Ron, it's like some Old Testament type stuff. What are your thoughts? And are the edible mascots actually edible, or are they full of shit? If you tell me there's an edible mascot, I better be able to break off a finger and eat it, is all I'm saying.
I'm guessing the appendages are not edible, but I'm guessing that they are on a full body Pop-Tart. That's my guess.
So you just go up and just
break a piece off.
Just start eating it.
Break a piece
off of their body. Okay. Why can't you do it with the appendages? If you're committed to it, why can't the appendages be edible as well? Why can't you just why don't you just go eat their dick, Ron? I just want to pants them and just snap a dick off. I mean, that's not gay if it's a Pop-Tart, is it?
This is your
That
show.
wouldn't make me gay.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm just
If
gonna
it
let
was
you
just
go.
like, if it was made completely out of Pop-Tart, that's just like a dietary choice, not
Not that there's
a
anything wrong
sexual
with
preference.
that. Not that there's anything wrong.
Not
with
that there's anything wrong with that. Right. But I'm just saying, I don't want to sexualize the Pop-Tarts, but if it's an anatomically correct Pop-Tart that's edible, I feel like I might want to just snap that off. It'd be, just there in your hand.
Hey, whatever
Holding
you're
it
into,
up.
dude. Whatever you're into.
All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe I haven't thought this through properly. Ron, we're making NFL picks every week of the season.
Are we? Are we
That's
really?
a hard thing to segue out of, Ron, talking about
Are we-
eating Pop-Tart genitalia. We
I guess
are,
we're-
although I'm not sure how much I like to talk about it with our records. Yeah, so let's go from dicks to picks here today, Ron, and take a look at where things stand for you. You are now 20 and 24
That's you, buddy.
on
Look
the
at-
season.
Nope, I'm 19 and 25.
No, that's
You're
me.
20, 24.
Hang on. Okay. I'm ahead of you. I passed you last week. That's exciting for me. I correctly predicted that the Bears would go into Minnesota and beat that piece of shit Vikings team that is only liked by train fans. Look at that. Those are my picks. This week, Ron, let's get a look at it. How many do we overlap on? Let's go back to Ron. I'm confused now.
It's just
Ron,
back and
Ricky, Ron.
None.
Here we go.
None. I don't
Let's
think we
start
have any.
here.
don't
Oh,
think we have
well,
any.
that's refreshing. Take me through your thought process real quickly here, Ron.
I feel like the Bills have righted their ship. CJ Stroud's not playing. So I feel like the Bills are going to win by at least a touchdown. I also feel like the Ravens have righted the ship and the Jets are just atrocious. Lions just lost to the Eagles, so they got to win. And they're playing against a bad team, so that's why I took that one. And then I don't even know about Kansas City
This
anymore.
last one's interesting.
I know.
This last one's interesting, Ron.
I feel like Indianapolis could be the best team in the AFC, but then maybe they're not. And then Kansas City. I mean, what's Kansas
You're
City?
lost.
5-5. Like I don't.
This is the saddest segment.
Yeah. Well, it's
Look
because
at you. You're 19 and 25.
It's
You
because I'm
obviously don't
terrible.
even really believe in your picks.
Oh, I
You're
don't
just
at
like
all.
a broken man before me now. It's like I want to remember you how you were, not the man who's before me today.
Anybody
just
that's out
defeated.
there, you should probably do the opposite of what I picked. I think that's probably the best. That's the best advice I can give. Go opposite of me.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to go at least 3-1 this week. This is the most confidence that I've had in quite some time. I like several of my picks a lot. I like a couple of them enough that I've actually put some money on
Real
them.
money.
So let's take a look here at what I'm doing. Yeah, real money, baby. Because first of all, I think the Bears are going to beat the Steelers. Steelers aren't that fucking good. The Bears, guess what? The Bears are that team that everybody's slow to really believe it. Well, I really believe it. 7-3 is 7-3, and they've won 7 of their last 8. So at some point, you're going to have to look at the Chicago Bears, and you're going to have to say they're good. They're at home, bro, against the Steelers team that
But did you
Bears are
factor
going to take
this
care
in?
of the Steelers.
Did you factor in the fact that Lori just got on a plane for Chicago because her and Tyler are going to the Steelers game, and they are both psychotic Steelers fans? So there's going to be that Tyler
Makes
Lori
me
mojo.
feel even better. Well, it doesn't. It's not going to affect the money line for me. But here's the one that I'm surprised that you didn't get on. Raiders laying 4 at home against Shedeur Sanders
Are you familiar with
and
the
the
Raiders?
Cleveland
though?
Browns.
Are you familiar with the Raiders? And then are you also familiar with the Browns
I am.
defense?
I am. I'm just telling you.
Could this?
How many points you think the Browns are going to score?
Could this game end in a 0-0 overtime tie?
Anything's possible. But I feel like the Raiders are going to get such good field position from the Browns offense going absolutely fucking nowhere that
Shador's
they'll be
gonna
able to
shock
score
the
no
world.
points. I think
this is an absolute
the Raiders
no-win
win this by
situation.
double digits.
Absolute no-win situation for Shador. If he plays like crap, it's like, dude, you suck. And if he plays okay, they'll be like, you just beat the Raiders. No-win situation for
He
Shador.
better hope that he plays okay. I said on this program, his next bad start might be the last start that he gets in the NFL.
Oh, speaking of
I don't
that,
think that
also,
that's outside the realm of possibility.
So we were talking about that the other day, and we're like, oh, I don't even know who the other quarterback for the Browns is. You know who the backup quarterback is right now. It's Bailey Zappi from Western Kentucky. Like, he's better than Shador.
Toppers, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's better than Shador.
Well, if Shador comes out and craps the bed again, I don't know what's going to happen in terms of his future opportunities. Look, always bet against the Arizona Cardinals. It's just good life advice, in my opinion. I'm going to do that. And the Vikings, I think, look, let's just come around to it. The Vikings aren't any fucking good.
Green
and
Bay's
I think
not
that
good
at
either.
home, Micah Parsons and Green Bay, all they got to do is win by a touchdown over a team that I just don't think is that good. So I'm confident here. I think that's at least 3-1, Ron. So I'll eat my words if I'm wrong. And boy, here are some words that I have wanted to eat on more than one occasion. Sometimes I regret them, but I must anyway move forward and say, what the fuck, Ron?
Dude, I don't know how I do this, but so often the two stories that I do, they have like a connection in one way or another. And I didn't even realize it until I was doing my, writing down what I wanted to talk about. Both of these stories are from Australia, and I don't know how I do this. The first one, Ricky, you're going to ask questions, and I'm not going to have answers, and that's okay, because I hope you react the same way that I react, which is I saw this video on Instagram about a new sport in Australia. It's called Run Nation, and I saw it, and I'm like, this is all I want to do now is I want to watch Run Nation. This is it. It's all they do. They line up and they blast each other. One guy has a ball, and then I think it's whoever stays standing up. And I could watch this all day long.
That's like a drill. That's like a sadistic, was that a rugby? Australian rules football?
They're holding, it looks like they're holding either a rugby ball or an Australian rules football ball. But there's just nothing to this except two men that have no regard for their own like safety or pain, and they blast into each other, and I'm all for it.
This is like their version of slap fight.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
A little bit.
Power slap.
Yeah.
Yeah. CTE coming up in 3, 2, 1 is what that looks like to me. But
so
good
yeah,
day,
so
mate.
It's called Run Nation. So be on the lookout for it, because those were like, I think those were like what we were watching were like the tryouts.
Well, hey, listen. Nobody out stupids the United States of America, motherfucker. So I'm telling you right now, if it's dumb, we'll find a way to perfect it and make it dumber.
That's
so
true.
just stick around and see what happens in this great land of ours.
Speaking of stupid, I don't even know, Ricky. I don't even know. Researchers at Deakin University in Australia are encouraging parents to ask their infants for consent to change their diapers. And
So how did your little boy,
it.
aged 3 months, communicate to you that it was okay to change his nappy?
It's not the okay, it's the respect.
How do they give consent?
Well, that you can see in a body, in the body energy of any
So
human
what would
being.
he, talk me through it. Show me what he would
Well,
do.
if a baby is upset,
Yeah.
then you will see tension, a body arch,
Jane,
something
plenty
like
of
that.
babies don't like it when you change their nappy. I mean, we've all, as parents, had to change the nappy of a child who doesn't.
Of course.
But you have to override that for the hygiene and safety of the baby.
Of course
Not
you do,
changing the nappy is
but
abusive.
Of course, and nobody would leave a baby in a dirty nappy.
Did your son ever say no to you?
It's introducing the idea that I respect you as a human being, so there's going to be a momentary acknowledgement of I see you and you matter.
Did you ever not
in the
change
same
your? Did you ever
way
not
that
change
if
your?
you were an adult and you were immobile and non-verbal, and
Got it.
somebody had to touch you.
My son, he crapped in his nappy 9 times, but I could tell from the way that he was looking at me that he was uncomfortable with me removing the nappy, so I let him baste in his own filth for a week. But it was his choice. What the fuck? We have officially reached the point where people have too much time on their hands. We are just getting dumber as a society. Things that that you never even had to consider. Your kid shits. I've got 5 kids, okay? Your kid shits in the nappy comes off, all right? And you put a clean one on because you're a parent and it's up to you to do for an infant what the infant can't do for themselves. But apparently this lady, she has telepathic communication, I guess, with children who actually prefer to sit in their filthy diet. What are we doing? How are we getting to the point where we have artificial intelligence? We've got driverless cars. We've got fucking Suzanne Summers' 89-year-old widowed husband is fucking a robot right now, probably while we're taping this show. And then at the same time, as we move into the future, I mean, Back to the Future 2 was set 10 years ago, okay? That's where we are right now. And we've got fucking just brain dead imbeciles who are trying to complicate the absolute simplest fucking decisions that there could ever possibly be in life. I fear for the future of humanity, Ron.
Jeremy, mommy would like to lift your penis up and clean underneath it. Is that okay with you? Jeremy? Now your scrotum needs to be lifted. May mommy lift your scrotum and clean it with this wipe?
God.
I mean, that's what they're asking, Ricky.
I never had to lift any scrotums, Ron.
You did not.
I don't know what that's like.
You did not.
Neither
did I.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
I'm glad for that. I think I would have been fucking horrified. Like by the time that we got to like my 5th one, everybody would always say to me, do you want a son? First child was the only one I didn't know in advance. And I looked down and she's born and I don't know if she's a boy or a girl. For like just a millisecond, I thought I saw a nutsack. And then they were like, it's a girl. And I was like, oh, my bad. And then I had a girl and a girl and a girl. And I'm telling you right now, if the 4th or 5th one, by the time we got to that point, if I'd had a little boy, I think I would have been horrified to have to open a diaper and look at somebody's terrible little baby penis. I'm glad that I never had that experience.
And with that, thank you, Ronnie T-shirts in Nashville.
And with that, we'll say goodbye. My thanks to you, Ronnie. My thanks to Molly and Colin and Nashville, to PA Jared, even though he does like train. And of course to producer Tim, most of all to you guys, because without you, sweet bastards, there is no program. And I love you. And as we say goodbye today, remember Fox Nation, Field of Valor, the next episode, I am a part of it. It looks like it's going to be outstanding. We'll examine the life and times of Meadowlark Lemon, and we will see you next time right here on The Ricky Cobb Show.
Meadowlark Lemon didn't just play a game, he choreographed it.
He made everybody else on the Globetrotters better in terms of setting them up to be successful, not just in a basketball sense, but in an entertainment sense.
It's the court comedy of Meadowlark Lemon, Wilt Chamberlain and company that draws the crowds and baffles the opposing team and the referee. It's good-natured clowning. They'll even give the ball away to set up an out-of-bounds play.
Every movie needs a director, and Meadowlark Lemon was the Globetrotters' director.